broadcasting from somewhere in the Hollywood Hills.
You have arrived. We are Nick and Desiree's Infinite Dance Cast.
Dance Cast.
We are dance all day, every day, all the time. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at iDanceCast, at Nick Drago, or at Desiree Robbins.
We're available on iTunes. You can check us out on the web at infinitedancecast.com. Each and every single one of our episodes are free and available to download online for your listening pleasure.
That was good, Nick.
Desiree, I couldn't stop laughing. You were laughing too. Do you know why?
Because we haven't done this in a while.
Because we're back.
We're back.
And we haven't recorded since November of 2013 when we had Joe
2001.
Yeah.
Who did we have last?
Joe Larrera.
Rarara.
I've added a few syllables in his name. I'm just not going to try anymore.
Okay. I don't think he'd be upset about that.
First and foremost, a couple of housekeeping notes. We have a very special announcement at the end of this episode.
You cannot believe this.
Yeah, I can.
You can.
Yeah. But listen, we got a great guest on the show today.
This is very exciting. We've been wanting this for a long time.
Dude, a lot of people.
This is like wanting that prize.
There's a lot of dance podcasts around LA.
Oh, so many.
You can't get this guy.
Nobody can.
He's booked solid.
Solid.
OG Jerry Evans.
OG Jerry.
Original gangsta. That's what me and my friends...
I'm sure what he's listening to. Yeah, exactly. That's what he was exactly thinking about himself.
That's what me and my friends call him behind his back. OG Jerry Evans.
Now, why is that?
Because he's OG. He has done everything in this business and doesn't look old enough to have done all the things that he's done. I mean, dance keeps you young.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But he is like the nicest guy you've ever met in your entire life.
Very professional.
Extremely talented.
Extremely talented.
Very good looking.
Very good looking.
Desiree, you're married.
Why? You led me into that.
I know.
And by the way, I am allowed to think men are good looking. I've thought he's good looking for a long time. Let me just say that before I was married.
He's really great. So
there.
I'm excited to have him on.
You brought that up about the good looking.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, he's a good looking guy. Jeez. And now,
what jobs have you done with him?
I've done the Muppets. I did the Muppets with him.
Did you do the Muppets?
Mm-hmm. And we're going to talk about that when he gets here.
Oh, I bet you are. Don't even take over the whole interview. I'm going to be really
I'm sorry.
upset.
Just tell me to shut up. I'm very excited. We haven't talked in a long time.
Right.
So, here's the other thing. I have to congratulate you on Dance League.
Oh, thank you.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
You've done a fantastic job. I got a chance to go to Long Beach.
Yes.
And you're getting ready to go to... we're getting ready...
Your favorite place.
Tulsa.
Yes.
And Nationals is coming up.
Yes, we call it the championship.
The championship. Why don't you give us a plug on those dates?
Championship is July 11, 12, 13 this summer in Costa Mesa, California.
Super excited. I'm going to be there. I'm coming.
Yes, you are. That's another announcement. We got lots of announcements. Lots of housekeeping.
All kinds of announcements.
Lots of announcements.
What else? Okay, so you're excited. So you've been doing Dance League.
Yes.
Are you happy? Are you ecstatic? Are you nervous? Like now that you've got a couple of them under your belt? I mean, you're a normal person, but you're like an awesome teacher, but you're like a normal person that we can talk to about this sort of thing.
Is that how you feel? I'm so glad.
You feel like
I am probably all of those emotions wrapped up into one, you know, and I have been very blessed with great cities, great people that work with us.
Yeah.
And the clients have, whether they're big or small, the best thing is they really have enjoyed it. Mm-hmm. They like the idea that it is. And basically my thing is approaching it really from that teaching side and having great teachers in the room. Not necessarily, as we've said before, your latest hit from So You Think You Could Dance and things like that. Everybody that is with us, they've been teaching a long time and they get it. And that's one of their passions.
And not that that's anything wrong with the other side.
No, it's just
this is your product.
This is just our niche, I think, is what I'm pulling in.
And I felt that when I went to Long Beach. It was very, the camaraderie was there. It was very much a learning environment. It felt like a fun conservatory. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
I like that.
Yeah. So good for you. Congratulations. Keep up the great work. And go to danceleagueusa.com.
Yes.
And check it out. Follow them on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, MySpace, Friendster. Foursquare.
Google Plus.
And Snail Mail.
But definitely check out the website. We've got lots of great videos and photos. And, guess who's here?
Who is that?
And he brought his wife.
Oh, that's exciting.
Don't let the dog out.
Ooh, we better not tell his wife that you think he's hot.
Oh, Jackie's so sweet. She's hot too. So they're a hot
I know.
couple.
We got a hot couple. We got a hot Hollywood couple coming.
Hot Hollywood.
I'm very excited. So I went to WrestleMania. I have to tell you this.
Okay, now Michael and I saw it on TV.
Did you see me?
And then did you post something? And then Michael came in and said, "Is Nick actually there? Is Nick actually there?" And I said, "Actually, yes, I believe so." Because you were talking about this for quite some time.
It was on my number 13 on my bucket list. I actually
How many is on your bucket list, by the way?
I got like 60 right now.
60.
But I almost started crying like 3 or 4 times. Like, seriously.
Can I ask? I know you did. The scary things I know you
My
did.
buddy Dustin Kreider and Adam Clanton from high school, they called me and said, or Dustin called me, he said, "Listen, we haven't seen each other in 15 years, I know, but it's WrestleMania 30 in New Orleans, we have to go."
Okay.
And I said,
you didn't even have to think about it, quite honestly.
absolutely. Well, and Adam Clanton, he's a local celebrity in Houston. He's a radio star. And Dustin Kreider is the man of Houston. And I got to meet my buddies Lonnie and Michael and Larry.
Did they know you?
No, but we hit it off. We were like besties.
Bestie.
And we were by far the coolest people in New Orleans because we were wrestling fans, but we can also carry on a conversation and not look like freaks.
That is great. So you didn't look like you were like dating, is
No.
what you're saying.
And also, I didn't get to tell. Okay, next episode I'm going to tell you a story about our friend Dave Lagana.
Oh,
Yeah.
I got something about that too. That's another announcement.
Good. I'll write it down for the next episode.
Okay,
That
please
makes you
do.
tune in.
Okay, so we are still doing our movies. Right?
Yeah,
This is the movies.
musical movie picks.
Musical movie picks. Nick, I have something great for you today. I know you can't wait to hear about this one. This is a 1985 film. It's kind of like a Footloose or a Flashdance, but it is entitled Girls Just Want to Have Fun. And it is with Sarah Jessica Parker as well as Helen Hunt. And it's about a little army brat, Sarah Jessica Parker's character. They're moving to Chicago. She's so excited because her favorite television show, which is called Dance TV, is having auditions and she wants to be on it. So it's a great little story that unfolds. She auditions, she kind of go through the whole thing. There's some sabotage there with her partner. It's just a really great Saturday afternoon, Sunday morning.
Is that when you watched it last Saturday afternoon?
No, in all honesty, no. I watched it this morning. But lots of, obviously, Cyndi Lauper's Girls Just Want to Have Fun. And it's all in that very 80s vibe, obviously, because it was filmed in the 80s. But I think it's a little bit more obscure. Not a lot of people think about Girls Just Want to Have Fun being a dance movie. And actually, Sarah Jessica Parker, as you remember, she played Annie. She's a great singer and dancer. So, and so was Helen Hunt. She used to take from Joe Tremaine.
No kidding.
We are just blowing up at the studio here today.
We're going crazy. We're back in the studio. People just want interviews.
These are all people wanting interviews.
This is unbelievable.
So, what do you think about my pick?
Well, I think that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Good timing. My pick is the 1949 Technicolor musical film starring Frank Sinatra, Esther Williams, and Gene Kelly. It is called Take Me Out to the Ball Game.
Oh.
The title and the theme is taken from the actual song Take Me Out to the Ball Game, which is interesting because this movie took place 2 years before
the ball game?
The actual song came out in real life. Does that make sense?
Actually, yeah, but how'd that happen?
Well, I mean, not in real life. The movie was set 2 years before the song actually came out.
Okay, so they wrote it after.
So, whoopsie, yeah. The budget was $1.7 million.
Wow, that's a lot for them.
It is, and it brought in an estimated $2.9 million in the U.S. and almost $1 million in Canada. And so it was a hit for MGM, which was shot here in Culver City. And it was all about baseball, and it was paying tribute to the game of baseball, and that's what Gene Kelly really wanted to do when he came up with this idea. Directed by Busby Berkeley, the famous director who did all the swimming things. And
all the swimming things. The great shots from above.
And actually, there was a swimming scene in this film, but it got cut because Gene Kelly supposedly
couldn't swim.
Well, he didn't want it in there. And also, Esther Williams said it was kind of rough working with Gene Kelly and Frank Sinatra. Like,
really?
They made it hard for her. But hey, whatever. You got to work hard to make a good product. Also, Judy Garland was the original choice for Casey Higgins, who was the woman who comes in to buy the baseball team.
Yes,
Yes. And of course we have Frank Sinatra, who is in love with the main character, and Gene Kelly, who is the playboy, who is like in love with her too. So there's a bunch of shenanigans going on.
What about the dancing?
The dancing's fantastic. Gene Kelly is just, he's unbelievable.
He's the man.
He's the man. Go watch this film. This is the second of 3 movies that Gene Kelly and Frank Sinatra appeared together. So
that's awesome.
Nick and Desiree's Infinite Dance Cast will be right back with OG Jerry Evans.
OG Jerry.
App Gravity is the fastest, most powerful way to search for Android apps. Getting started is easy. Simply enter the name of an app, and in just one tap, you're ready to install. Feeling adventurous? Search for something broad, like productivity or travel, and use our filters to personalize your search, helping you find exactly what you need. App Gravity is the search engine that puts you in control. It's no wonder the next web said, App Gravity is like a better Google search for Android apps. App Gravity, delivering the fastest, most relevant app results.
Hey, welcome back. We are Nick and Desiree's Infinite Dance Cast.
Dance Cast.
We are dance all day, every day, all the time. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at iDanceCast, at Nick Drago, or at Desiree Robbins.
Jerry Seinfeld, Jerry Lewis, Jerry Garcia, Jerry Van Dyke, Ben and Jerry's, Jerry's Famous Deli. It's high time history added another accomplished Jerry to that list of known and respected Jerrys. This particular Jerry is the man responsible for your smiles on Mask, Weird Science, and about 20 other feature films. You see, boys and girls, he is what we call a choreographer. Oh, a choreographer of movies, you say? No, go stand in a corner. He's done it all, including music videos for Sugar Ray and Barbra Streisand. He's worked with Mikhail Baryshnikov, Michael Kidd, and world tours for artists such as Reba McEntire, Paula Abdul, and Cheyenne. With over 50 commercials under his belt, the dance world has deemed him the commercial king. So bow, peasants, and kiss the ring of one of the dance world's most decorated stage and film generals, and listen to his tales of courage and valor as he has crossed now the proverbial line and stepped onto the other side of the camera. He is the one, the only. He is Mr. Jerry Evans.
Wow, that was pretty modest. That was nice. I love it. Wow. You missed a few things, but that was pretty good.
I know. Wow, we're gonna do that after the next.
Yeah, it's all good. Wow.
Well,
hi, guys.
How does that feel when you hear all that?
It's like a different person, you know?
Yeah?
Yeah, because I just work and I forget what I've done the next day. So I go move on to the next.
Well, that's what makes you awesome. Is that you don't have an ego about you. You want to work. You want to do a good job, and there you go. That's what I've learned from you by working.
Well, thank you,
Absolutely.
you. Yeah, I do a gig and I put it down. I can't carry all that around with me every day.
So where did that come from?
I was beaten as a child.
Okay. Yeah. At home or at the ballet studio?
Both. Are you kidding? I think more at the ballet studio.
You couldn't catch a break, I guess. Huh?
No. Oh yeah, my teacher was old school, so. We took semi-privates when I started dancing. I was 21, had to start right away. Mm-hmm. So we came to LA and we cornered a guy and said, you must teach us privates. And he goes, okay, only if you work at my pace. We said, fantastic, great. He says, go rent a studio for like 8 hours. We said, okay, good. He came in, that morning and he goes, okay, I'm going to show you a few things. I'm going to walk away. And then you guys are going to learn it. Wow. I'm going to come back tomorrow and you're going to show me what you did. How you guys are doing. Uh-huh. I said, fantastic. So there was 6 of us. Jeffrey Hornaday was one of them, and Tim O'Brien. Was the other guy.
Gosh.
Yeah, and so we worked all day on what he taught us. He came back the next morning, and he said, "Okay, let me see what you guys have done." And we started to do it for him, and he goes, and I'll take out all the cuss words. He goes, "Are you kidding me?" He says, "Don't waste my time."
Whoa.
He says, "I'll give you one more chance. I'll come back tomorrow."
Oh my God!
So we worked the rest of the day on whatever it was that he gave us. I forget. It was something very basic because we just starting out. And then we came back the next morning and goes, okay, that's just marginal. But you guys got to understand, you guys have got to pick up the pace. He says, you guys are all starting late. You need to get on board now, and you need to be serious about it. And we said, how serious? And he goes, well, you can do this every day for as long as it takes. No holidays, no days off. So for 2 years, we did that every day. No Christmas. Wow. No days off. No movies. No going to lunch. No hanging out at the mall.
No Starbucks.
No, nothing. So we did that for 2 years. And then our first audition was for Gene Kelly. Was going back out on the road and needed
That's a huge first audition.
Huge.
Wow.
Huge.
I mean, that
couldn't
goes,
couldn't do a small student film or anything, huh?
No. There were no student films back then. I know I'm dating myself, but no. Where there were no video cameras, there were no student films. No, everything was, it was huge. So we were so nervous going down to it was Paul Durrell's studio now. It's Hama Dance Center now, but it was Paul Durrell's. We're going so nervous. We get down there and we're warming up, and this little man shows up at the in the doorway, and he's a little short little guy with a painter's overalls and a white cap on. Without who the hell? We left the door open. Some bum just walked in.
Oh my God.
We turned around, looked again. No, it's Gene Kelly. We was like, oh, geez, really? So yeah, we sang, we danced for him, and he was like, wow, that's fantastic. And then he pulled our teacher.
He said that to you?
Yeah. He goes, you guys are fantastic. He goes, and he goes, let me talk to your manager for a second. So he pulled him out of the room, and then, of course, Craig came right back in 2 seconds later, and he goes, you guys are great. But he says, I can't compete with you guys.
Oh, you're kidding.
No, I need 4 girls in the background just doing step touch.
Oh,
he says, I'm
could've done
at
that
my
job.
age, going to go back out on the road and try and compete with that. He goes, no.
You're like, I'll dress up like a girl.
I'll do anything.
So, Jerry, but tell me how you started. What started this at 21? What made you decide, okay, I want to dance. I'm going to dance and sing. And
Yeah, I laid the groundwork early. I was in college studying science. I was studying marine biology.
Oh, my.
Oh, yeah.
And then where are you from?
San Jose.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was wondering if you were even near a marine.
Oh, yeah, we were, every
Really wish you would have said
I was
Nebraska.
just,
right?
I was in Iowa.
No, yeah, I was studying that, but I was doing every PE class imaginable. I was on the diving team, I was on the fencing team, I was weightlifting, I was running, doing gymnastics.
You are such an underachiever. It's so
I was trying
sad.
I was doing martial arts. I was trying to find a sport where I wasn't going to get beat up or killed. And then somebody said, hey, somebody's doing a production of Hello, Dolly. And I said, Hello, Dolly? What's that? And they said, it's a musical. Where you been? I said, no, I don't know. I don't know. And they said, they need dancers. I go, I don't dance. And they said, the Waiter's Gallop is traditionally done with gymnasts. I said, well, I can do that. So I went down, and one thing led to another, and here I am.
And boom, you're doing a podcast with Nick and Desiree.
There you go.
I mean,
See?
the highlight of the career.
Highlight,
right there.
and now I can retire.
And so,
Fantastic.
and so eventually you got into choreography.
I did. I was forced into choreography. Steve Merritt was my teacher, and he was choreographing. We're doing midnight specials. Wolfman Jack, midnight specials. 1 o'clock in the morning on Sunday morning, and that's when the show aired. It was great. We were regulars on the show, and so there was so much work to do in a short amount of time that he would.
That's okay. You are not hearing things.
Wow,
We are
it's
getting
like
close
space
to
and
commercial.
What would he do? Tell us. What would he do?
Do we need to go or I'll come
We
back?
need to take a quick break, but you can finish your sentence if you want.
Okay. There was.
Now we need to take a quick break.
I'll come back. Yeah.
It's a cliffhanger.
We'll be
Yeah,
right
sorry.
back. Nick and Desiree's Infinite Dance Cast.
Flow 40 Dance Workshops is the nation's premier in-house dance experience. We come to you and offer dancers a personalized workshop in the comfort of their own studio. Build a customized schedule to best suit your student needs. Our faculty work in every facet of the entertainment industry. And now, for a limited time, Desiree Robbins is in the mix. Book her for your next workshop. We're available for booking year-round. Visit flow40dance.com or call 818-985-7005 for more information. Flow 40 Dance Workshops. Work hard, dance strong.
Hey, this is Celine Phillips, and you are listening to Nick and Desiree's Most Bitchin' Infinite Dance Cast.
Hey, welcome back again. We are Nick and Desiree's Infinite Dance Cast.
Dance Cast.
We are dance all day, every day, all the time. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at iDanceCast, at Nick Drago, or at Desiree Robbins.
So we're here with OG Jerry Evans.
You know
and
he calls you this.
original gangsta. Jerry Evans.
Doesn't that make sense, right?
Yeah.
We
sure.
call you that behind your back.
Thank you.
But
Thank you.
that is a compliment.
Thank you. Okay.
Because we're from the hood.
Yeah, deep.
Yeah, rolling deep.
Rolling deep
Copper
and
can't
no
catch
hoe.
me riding dirty.
No.
So before we were so rudely interrupted by a preset musical note that we said into the show that we forgot to tell you about.
No, yeah, no worries.
You
Yeah.
tell us about your choreography journey, how you got started.
Right.
And gentlemen, you're doing late night specials.
Oh yeah, midnight specials.
Midnight
Yeah.
specials.
There was so much to do in a short amount of time when you shoot several shows at once.
Mm-hmm.
So there was physically one person who would have a hard time choreographing all of that. So we would divide it up, and he said, "Okay, you take those, 10 episodes, and I'll take the other 50."
Uh-huh.
And it's a lot of work. Television is crazy, and I said, "Okay, great." So I started choreographing very early on. Most of them was solos for me, which makes it easy.
Yeah.
Because I don't have to remember anything, don't have to come up with steps right away. I can
Right,
just,
you
you
just
got the camera's on, go.
kinda
Okay.
ad-lib.
Is this something that when you started choreographing, it was like you said yes and then you figured out how to do it later? You went home and said, okay. Or were you already used to it?
You never
of
used to
putting
it.
it together.
You never used to it, and when you finally have to put steps together, you're quite at a shock about the reality of it. And it's like, wow, does that look good? It feels good in my body, but what does it look like? What look? So I learned real fast to actually don't choreograph by myself. I need to choreograph on dancers that are actually going to do the work.
Right.
My style is a little different. Of course, what's easy for me is not easy for somebody else. So when you get those dancers. You put the choreography on them, then you can adjust and you go, okay, now that's going to work. That's not going to work. That's
That
gonna
reads,
work.
that
Yeah.
doesn't.
Yeah. So, and after all these years, I still don't have a handle on it. I still need to have someone else mirror the work back to me so I can see it.
That seems smart, though.
Well, a lot of choreographers do it, and then you see the choreographers you hear stories, the choreographer kept changing the choreography right up to showtime. Well, yes, because he's not seeing what he wants.
Right.
You guys aren't doing it.
Right.
And that's just the nature of it. So I started choreographing then, and then I was still performing, did a lot of shows, a lot of theater stuff.
And you sing.
And I used to sing. We were we were in a group, Jeffrey, myself, Tim, and we were singing. And it was right at the time when, I know this is going to date me, disco was not invented yet. We were
Nice. The first boy band.
we were
Prelude.
it was the Jackson 5 and it was the Osmonds. Those were the two boy bands at the time. That was the boy band phrase was not even.
Wait, Menudo wasn't even around yet?
Oh yeah, no. So it was early, and then disco started, and we were trying to find recording contracts, and because we danced, all the record labels wanted to sign us as the next disco group. So it would have been,
cool.
We would have been the next, the white Jackson 5. They wanted to make us that.
That's
Very
awesome.
cool.
So yeah, but we hated disco.
Oh.
Okay.
So
Well,
did
that is a
everyone else.
minor detail right there.
yeah, so we said no, thank you. We're going to stick with our rock and roll and stuff like that, and we just talked ourselves out of many record contracts, and right
When
out of
they
the
were
job.
actually good, probably.
Oh, it was great. It was great. If we had the the hindsight or the foresight to but no. So I went into choreography. We broke up after that several years later, and went into choreography, and I've been doing it ever since.
What was your first choreography gig that was after you doing all the TV that changed so much? Because I remember seeing you choreograph Reba,
Yeah,
which was an amazing show.
well, thanks. That was
Changed
fun.
my life on the whole idea of country and what kind of
That's why
production you can do.
that's why they brought me in.
So amazing.
We got to pull her out of a little more mainstream, a little less country. And he said, we have to do it slowly. And her husband, was really smart. He said, it's a country audience, you got to bring them along slow. So let's start out slow and kind of grow into this whole thing. So that's why it took us like 9 years to
It
do all
was
that.
the one I saw was when the plane came in.
Oh, yeah.
In the
arena.
arenas,
Oh, yeah. The
which
stage,
is incredible.
178
So hard.
feet long, the stage.
Unbelievable.
Oh, yeah, it was long. So they landed they brought a jet in.
Yes, I mean it was amazing, and of course you had a
fantastic.
lot of dancers on that.
A lot of dancers. Yeah, there was at least
10.
4 girls, 6 guys.
And who'd you? I feel like I saw this show at one point.
Oh yeah, it was Terry Lynn Holm,
Terry
it was
Lynn
Bill
Holm.
Ball,
Uh-huh.
it was Nathan Prevost, Higman.
And Greg Russell.
OG.
Oh yeah, Greg Russell was in it for a while. Sean Earl.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, a lot
That's
of
a
the
good.
guys.
Well, how did
Yeah,
you even
great.
hold rehearsals with those jokers?
You
Were
know-
they just going crazy the whole time?
Those guys but they are so professional.
Yeah.
It's like when I walk in the room and I go, okay, here we go. They shut the hell up and we learn the choreography and then we have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those guys are great, but they know when to shut the hell up and get the work done, and then we have fun.
Yeah.
And we don't waste any time in between. The
Well,
work is work, and then we have fun.
You're absolutely right, and I noticed that when we got the chance to work together on the Muppets.
The Muppets.
We all noticed that when we would go on a break, and then you and Higgins and Prevost would stay
Stay.
and
keep
rehearse.
working. Yeah, keep working a little
and
bit.
then when Prevost and Higgins took a break, you were still rehearsing.
I have to do it, boy. I have to do it. So
That-
I was doing somebody else's work, which is really hard.
Especially
Yeah.
after
Oh
being
my God, yeah.
choreographing, yeah.
I'm so used to doing my own, I don't have to think about it.
Right.
But you doing someone else's, I'm like, oh, I got to get my act together here.
But that
that's
just
why
goes to
he's
show
good.
you, it's like that's the reason why your work ethic is so strong, and probably
Yeah,
why you
thanks.
succeed at
Right.
what you do.
Yeah, thanks.
I mean, you were like the little 18-year-olds in the corner. I'm like, look, see, get up.
Get up, you guys.
Yeah, they take it. It's totally different these days, for sure.
Oh my God, totally different.
Oh my gosh,
totally different. And yeah, I don't know what to say about all that.
So, can we briefly talk about the mask?
Oh
yeah.
must.
I know that's something that everybody wants to know about.
Yeah.
Tell us about your experience working with Jim Carrey and what that was like being on set.
Also, explain the music part that
the music.
that you
Yeah,
put
we had
together
fun.
before.
Sure.
We had all these great.
I met with the director.
Equipment.
At first time I met with the director, he says, "Okay, don't tell anybody we're secretly doing a musical film." He said, "The studio thinks we're doing a horror film." Oh yeah,
You're kidding me.
yeah. He says, "They think we're doing a horror film, so don't tell anybody." I said, "Okay, great." He says, "But here are my ideas about music," and he says, "I've always loved watching, Lucille Ball, Desi Arnaz. I love Lucy." And he says, well, I'm going to incorporate these two songs with this and with that. And he says, is that something you can work with? I said, absolutely. He says, let me go away, grab those songs and do a quick mix on them and edit. And back then, there were no computers, laptops. Well, I did it on reel-to-reel, 4-track.
Whoa.
Reel-to-reel. You just splice and cut tape. And I put it together. I brought it back in and he goes, wow, this is fantastic. We're gonna use that. He says, let's go back into a studio and recreate those edits. So that's the first.
And this is the Cuban Pete.
Pete.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. It had the swing beat underneath it at the point, and
oh yeah, that's that. Yeah,
yeah,
all that stuff. So we went into the studio. It's the first time I'd seen them editing in the computer, and I was like, oh, I got to have that. But they couldn't recreate the edits that I had done on the reel-to-reel. So they said, okay, great, we'll scrap that. Let's go back. Let's get an orchestra. And let's do it with let's take the expense and hire an orchestra just so they could match what I had done.
And the whole time studio doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah. It was fun. The whole time they didn't know what's going on. So they gave me 2 weeks in front of production to work with Cameron and Cameron Diaz and Jim Carrey, and Jim was still doing in living color. Mm-hmm. So he came when he could, and. His work ethics were even more strong, driven than mine. Because we would rehearse. And he looked at me and goes, is that funny? And I go, well, yeah, but let's try it this way. And he goes, yeah, let's try it this way. And we get funnier and funnier. And he goes, okay, as long as it's funny. I said, yeah, it's funny. I said, so I think we're good. He says, no, we got to do it again. I said, great. Like I said, let's do it again.
I love
let's
it.
do it again.
And
let's
you're
do it
the
again.
perfect guy for him to say that to.
Oh,
you're
yeah.
like, yeah, let's do it
Oh,
again.
yeah,
you
well,
guys
I'm here.
probably never ended.
I'm here all day for you.
all
Cameron
day.
had never danced at all.
Really?
And yeah, she at that time she was a print artist, and she had just done modeling in print, and she had just turned 21.
Wow.
So she came into rehearsal with her hair all pulled back, no makeup. She looks like she was 14. So we have to teach her everything, every step by step, which we had 2 weeks to do, which was fantastic. And then we had a dance double for her, 2 dance doubles for her, and a dance double for Jim and a stunt double for Jim. And we ended up not using the dance doubles for like 90%.
That's great.
But the big lifts in the swing piece, the big, huge ballistic lifts, we had a dance team come in and do that. And that's the only. But all the small lifts they did. They learned it all. They did it all. So they were fantastic.
That's
cool.
Unbelievable. That must be nice to be the captain of that shift.
Oh, it was great.
That dance number.
Oh my God, it was fun.
Unbelievable.
It was fun.
Unbelievable. Okay, well, would you mind sticking around?
Oh yeah, no worries. You can't get rid of me. I'm staying here. I'm moving in.
And
Well, then we're gonna have a 6-hour show today. Here we go. Just kidding. All right, Nick and Desiree's Infinite Dance Cast will be right back with Mr. Jerry Evans.
Are you a dance company, teacher, choreographer, producer, or director looking to market yourself for your current projects?
Do you need just a little extra push to get the word out?
The answer is yes, Desiree. They do.
Nick, how do you know what they need?
I know our listeners. They need our help to spread the word about their shows, projects, and whatever else they have going on. And guess what, Desiree?
What, Nick?
It just so happens that we have the airtime just for them.
That's right. We have ad space available for you. We have both 30 and 60-second spots available for you.
Get the word out to the entire United States and countless other countries. Did he just say countless other countries? Yes, he did. Infinite Dance Cast has audiences all across the world, including Canada, China, Japan, the United Kingdom, Switzerland, Germany, Austria, Romania, Australia, Denmark, Brazil, the Philippines, Mexico, and more. But I won't say the others because they're too hard to pronounce.
Email us at info@infinitedancecast.com for more details. Subject line, advertise.
Nick and Desiree's Infinite Dance Cast, giving you a voice worldwide.
Hey guys, this is Courtney Galliano from So You Think You Could Dance, and you're listening to Nick and Desiree's Infinite Dance Cast.
Hey, welcome back for our last segment. We are Nick and Desiree's Infinite Dance Cast.
Dance Cast.
Dance all day, every day, all the time. Follow us on Twitter at iDanceCast, at Nick Drago, or at Desiree Robbins.
Okay, so we're here with Jerry Evans. You had an illustrious career in TV, film, commercials, etc., etc. Real quick, can we just talk about the Commercial King situation?
Sure.
I mean, you've done over 50 commercials.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it was fun.
Okay, cool. Very
Okay, and we talked about that.
And we talked
Check
about that.
off the list.
Well, yeah, okay.
It's probably hard to...
Commercials I love commercials because they're quick and it's always a challenge.
Right.
And they throw things at you at the last minute, and a lot of times they don't know really what they want until you get there. Mm-hmm. They had one commercial where they said, okay, this is what we want, and here's the idea for the music, and it was a click track. They gave me a click track to work with.
Oh.
I said, are you crazy? It's a click track. And they said, well, yeah. I said, you don't have any idea how the music will change, the tempo, the feel, the whole thing? And they said, well, we want it up and energetic. And I said, okay, well, that narrows it down. So I had to choreograph to a click track, and then later in post, after we shot it, everything, to carry the story and the emotion and more exciting stuff. You're following the music. And then, of course, in the post and edit, they just chop it up and put it wherever they want.
Right.
And off the beat. Off the beat. I'm like, okay, that's it. I've had enough. So I started to learn being behind the camera, started to learn to shoot.
Yeah.
Being on a lot of shows, I've choreographed for multi-camera shows, TV shows. I did Solid Gold, 40 episodes for Solid Gold, where you have 5-6 cameras, and you have to know where those cameras are, and you choreograph for them. And then I've done, obviously, a lot of movies where it's single camera. Tracy Ullman's show was 3 cameras, film. So you had to shoot, you had to choreograph for that. So you start learning right away. So I started to apply those things to my own stuff, just so I had control over it. Right. And then I started shooting things for other people, so they had control over it. Right. So that's where I got behind it. And then I met Cloud Campos, and we started doing little projects on the weekend. And the first thing we did was the music box. And because I was a dancer, I understood the movement of what he was doing. He wanted me to follow his movement, and he moves faster than anybody I have ever seen. Mm-hmm. So thank God the small movement on the camera magnifies, and I could follow his movement real fast. But because as a dancer, I knew how to breathe with him, and so I learned how to do that real fast. And then he, for a series of for a long time, he said, "Jerry's got to shoot everything. Jerry's got to shoot everything. Got to shoot this." And then we came to.
Today's the day.
Today's the day, a little project where you got a huge budget and you got a professional crew coming in, and these guys are pros. These are professionals.
Wow.
And he's dictating to them. He says, "No, I got to have Jerry shoot it." And I was like, "Oh no, don't say that. Don't say that. These guys are really good. They could do it. They could do it." He says, "No, I got to have you. I'm like, "Okay, great. They're gonna hate me. They're just gonna hate me."
I doubt it.
So the first day was kind of rough. But we just shot and we shot and we shot, and then after that, everybody warmed up and we had a great time.
Yeah, well, I'd have never known you were nervous.
The first day was brutal. Yeah, it was fun. It was fun though, because it's dance, so I know how to do that.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
And Jerry's really good, because I was saying kind of on the break that there was one moment where I had to step into a mark.
Yes.
And usually when you're on set, you only get one chance to do that. And they're like, yeah, step into that mark, and then they're like, go do other stuff. But I was like, Jerry, right here? He's like, yeah. I was like, right here? I was like, yeah. It's like, right here? He's like, yeah. So he let me do it 3 or 4 times, so that way I'm not wasting anybody's time, and he was cool, he knew.
Yeah.
And as a dancer, that's what you need.
You need that. Yeah, you need that.
Phenomenal experience, and it's going to Tribeca, so feather in your cap.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Jerry Evans here.
Yeah. And you and Cloud and everybody that was in it. It was fantastic. It was a good group.
It was an awesome experience.
And now we have a silent visitor. I just have to say, because she's here, Jerry's beautiful wife, Jackie. She's real excited to talk to everyone.
She's my better half, and so I'm her lesser half.
Well, at least it makes a whole.
Yes, exactly.
It makes a whole.
How long have you guys been married?
5 years.
Right on.
Yeah, 5 years.
That's
5
awesome.
years. Yeah.
And so when did you guys start the company together?
Couple 2010. So yeah, it's been 4 years now. Wow, time flies.
And you guys can go to jlemediagroup.com to check out what they do. And if you want to tell us a little bit about kind of what the company is about and who would contact you guys.
Oh wow, that's a good question. Well,
Anyone.
Media Group. I thought, you know what? We need a name that encompasses. It makes it friendly to collaboration. I love to collaborate.
Yeah.
You know, like working with Cloud, working with anybody. You collaborate, I think you get a much better project. You get somebody has a vision, someone else comes in and goes, wow, that's fantastic, but what if you just tweak it a little bit and do it like that?
Right.
And you're going, oh, that's even better.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Right.
Yeah.
So I wanted to, have a name that would encompass, and we work with several people in collaboration, photographers, other guys who shoot, other guys who want to direct. So it's I love the collaboration. So we started that, and because I was tired of doing things, someone else's way.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, so if I moved to LA, I'm a dancer. I just got out here. Hey, I need to shoot a dance reel. Can I call you?
Oh God, yes.
Okay,
Absolutely.
cool. Awesome. And hey, I got a short film I want to shoot. Boom, I can call you.
Absolutely. That's what we do. That's what we do. We help out. We sympathetic to the artists. That's same upbringing that I had. So we try and help them out to get started.
So
in
that's
many
cool.
facets.
Yes.
It can
We
be
have
the shooting, it
our
can be the
business person
editing, it
rate,
can
Oh,
be...
yeah.
we have our
Absolutely.
individual artist rate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So then,
So we try to help them out that way.
so then, it's not necessarily they just know that, hey, or I want to dance, or I want to do whatever. You guys can help guide them into that whatever direction that they need to be.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times artists come out, we're just like,
But yeah, I need a dance reel. What do we need to do?
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, then we sit down, we break down the list for them, and different looks, different costumes, different settings, and we break it all down. Then they go away and pull all that stuff, different looks. How can I make myself look like, you're 4'3" and blonde, and I got to be a 6' black guy? How do I do that?
Right.
Okay. How do I do that?
We can do it.
Right.
So, but that's, stretching it a bit, but that's what you need to do. You need
Right.
to be able to show yourself off in as many different lights as possible in your best possible way.
Okay.
And then we'll help you do that. That's basic.
And so, what is the best way to contact you guys is through your website, jlemediagroup.com.
.com, and you can go contact us, and it'll go
Contact us at the bottom of the page.
Yep, and it'll go right straight to her, and
The better half.
yep, the better half, and she goes through it all, and
And I respond in about a month or so.
No,
no, oh my God,
just hang
No.
on. We'll be right with you. Yeah.
she gets right back to you. Oh my God,
That's nice
Yeah,
you guys that you guys have a company like this, because a lot of times, I mean, even I've been out here for almost 11 years, and I don't know sometimes which direction to go when I have an idea of something cool like that, and also it's hard to trust people, and I feel like you guys have a plethora of
there's
experience.
a lot of. I had somebody bring some stuff to me the other day, and she goes, "Oh my God, the first editor was just so terrible, and I won't even play." He gave me this, and it doesn't play, and it's awful. And I looked at it, and it was awful. I was shocked. I was shocked.
Right.
So the poor thing had to pay twice for it. She paid him, and then of course, then she's paying me to fix it.
Right.
And
I
dancers...
feel bad for her, but that's the way it is.
Oh, I'm
Oops.
sorry. Yeah, no, dancers and choreographers need that. It's like in the music business. You want a producer. You can't... It's hard to produce yourself. Because
Oh,
you
God,
need
yeah. You need
people to
objective.
edit you and say, this is better for you,
Yeah.
or this is the direction we see you.
Yeah.
And I
And
see
you
you
need that
guys...
distance.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you guys also work for bigger companies as well. Will come in, not just
Oh, yeah.
Joe Schmo
Oh, yeah,
off the
no.
street.
We do corporate stuff.
Corporate
we do
work,
web
yeah.
commercials, have done a couple broadcast commercials, music videos. So it's not just for the individual. We also work with businesses and companies on sort of all sides, different marketing companies.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
And so, do they come to you and say, "This is our budget for this sort of a project. What can we do?" Or how does that whole process work?
It depends on the situation. Sometimes they have a budget in mind to start, and sometimes,
They have no
an
idea what it's going to cost. They say,
Right.
"We want this. What is that going to cost?"
Yeah.
Right.
And I go,
We go back.
"Oh, millions."
You're like, well, you want to shoot it on a yacht, so I mean,
Yeah, we have to be a yacht in Spain.
Oh,
on location.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So that's got to be interesting to talk to the artist side, and then the other side of the brain people who are
Yeah.
just all numbers and all business. You guys must have to.
Oh yeah, it's you have to wrap your head around where they're coming from to be able to relate to them. It's like working
You have
with
to learn as artists. You have to learn how, honestly, how those people think and
Right.
how
Yeah,
those
yeah.
people, because it's not our world.
Yeah.
Right.
So
And you guys know, working with you walk in as a choreographer and you got to work with an actor.
Right.
You can't introduce yourself, and God forbid, I don't want the AD to introduce me as, okay, this is the choreographer. He's going to teach you steps.
Ooh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, the actor immediately freezes up and
Yep.
goes, I don't dance, I can't dance. And then,
Right.
of course, there's a wall.
Right.
Then you got to break that wall down. So if I walk in and go, I'm gonna help you with this scene, it has some music in it, it has some
Right.
lyrics, and so we're going to we're approach that from an actor's point of view. We're gonna, how's this drive the story? What does your character feel about this? And we have to. So it's the same way when we work with corporate types.
Yeah.
You have to approach it from graphs and charts and how much is this going to cost and what is it going to do for the company and and how good is it going to make you look because you brought us in. We have to.
You gotta give them a little rub.
There you go.
Yeah. And Jackie has an extensive background also in dance.
Oh my God.
Ballet. Primarily.
Oh, fantastic.
Am I right?
She was trained by those Canadian people up there in Canada, yeah. And her technique's unbelievable.
Are you from Canada originally?
I am from Canada.
What part?
Vancouver.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. They had the Olympics there once. Huh?
They did have the Olympics there once.
So you're classically trained in ballet, or other studies as well?
Yeah.
Jazz, tap, and all that?
Jazz, a little bit of tap. I did 2 years of tap when I moved down here. And
so that was your first tap when you came down?
It was my first tap
was it
when
really?
I came down, yeah. And
her strong suit is she's Giacchetti trained, classic trained, and in Canada they don't just teach you this is how to put what a plie looks like. This is what they actually teach you the muscles that control the plie.
Oh,
they
okay.
have
not all of them. My
a
teacher
model.
did.
Yes, they have a model in class.
You had a good teacher.
She was amazing. She
great.
was like pregnant, on point. Dave LePay's up in front of her face, a little to the side because she's
well,
with child,
you've got, yes, right.
And she promenades around on point 360.
Oh
she's
my gosh.
Pregnant.
Yeah.
The crazy
So
Giacchetti
you never
people.
said
Gone
I
of them
can't.
have never done it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Wow, that's insane. Well, that's great.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So you can bring that expertise as well. Tom, do you ever give Jerry notes when he's editing?
When she's editing? When I'm editing?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, all the time. In fact, that she is my objective observer.
Oh, fantastic.
I'll edit away, and I say, okay, I need some eyes on this. Somebody come look at this.
Right.
Yeah.
And she comes over and she looks at it and she goes, and, I can tell right away. And I go, okay, what? Spit it out. Spit it out.
Spit it out. That's great. You guys have that relationship, though. It's very conducive to a good product. Well, congratulations.
Really well.
Thanks, guys.
So go to jlemediagroup.com, and they are going to just shoot them an email and just say, hey, I got this project. I mean, it doesn't hurt to reach out and
just
put
go to the page and check out. We got some we got some videos posted on the homepage. You can look at.
Great stuff to look at. Yeah.
Just kind of some dance stuff that we did it's kind of fun that we liked. We just put it up there.
Again, that's jlemediagroup.com. Check them out. Okay, so I have to do this. We do this on every show before the show ends. This is your Kevin Bacon number. Now, first I have to ask you, though. I did some research. Have you ever done a movie with Kevin Bacon?
Never, no.
Okay, I didn't think so, but I thought you might, because we haven't ever had anyone that's had a Kevin Bacon number one. Because everyone in Hollywood's connected to Kevin Bacon within 6
degrees of separation.
6 degrees.
Right, yeah.
So here's your life, Jerry Evans.
Yeah.
You were in Twin Town with David Heyman, who's in Where the Truth Lies with Kevin Bacon.
Wow.
So you're two.
Two. Wow.
We usually
That's
also, I know the Peter Tram did all the dance doubling for Kevin Bacon in I can't even say his name.
Bacon?
Yeah. In
Flashdance.
Flashdance.
Footloose.
Footloose. Thank you. Footloose.
I would have loved to see him in Flashdance, though.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, the water.
Really, my brain has just left the building.
That's
Jerry
okay.
and Jackie, thank you guys for coming by today.
Yeah,
You're not doing the Kenny Wormald number?
Now, I respect Jerry Evans too much. We can't do a Kenny Wormald number because Kenny's a lot younger than Jerry Evans. We usually do a Kenny Wormald number, but out of respect to your illustrious career,
Thank you.
We'll keep it
To
at
the
that.
king.
Okay. We want to send a special thank you to our producers, Michael Booty Poppin' Benicos and Janae Go Ahead, Make My Day Mercedes for producing our show.
We are Nick and Desiree's Infinite Dance Cast. You can download each and every one of our episodes for free on iTunes.
But most of all, we want to thank you, the listener, because remember, without you, only our mothers would be listening.
But Bella listens every week.
Yeah, my mother still doesn't listen.
She doesn't. I'm going to talk to Gail about
Jerry
that.
Evans in studio.
Amazing. Thank you, Jackie and
Jackie.
Jerry, for coming in.
Thank you.
All right.
That was fun.
Sweet.
Take us out.
We'll see you next week.